Why record live drums? With so many excellent sounding sample sets out there these days, what's the point? It's too hard, too expensive, and too much work to bother with real drums. We're going to deal with those pathetic excuses and more in this new series, How to Record Heavy Drums. I'm calling this Part 0 because that's most drummers' IQs. No, seriously, because this is strictly an introduction. This episode covers my philosophy on recording drums and lists some of the gear you'll need. That being said, it's really easy these days to get a great phony drum sound. Hell, you don't even need a drummer anymore. Some might say that's a good thing, as it definitely cuts down on the idiot factor. And I'd say I agree to a point. About the idiot thing anyway. Because let's face it, a lot of drummers are fucking idiots. But they're necessary idiots. For all the technology we have today, you just can't beat the sound of a great drummer playing at the top of his game. But you can beat your drummer up. Sure, samples can simplify the process of making a record, but don't be fooled. Samples are faster, easier, more seductive. Paths to the dark side these are. The simplest way I can put it is this. Using samples in rock and metal is the equivalent of microwaving a TV dinner and saying, "Oh, look what I cooked." Yeah, I'm sure Chef Ramsay wouldn't put his foot up your ass either. Samples are paint by numbers. Sure, they'll get the job done, but there's absolutely no art involved because you're relying on someone else's engineering skills. These days, they're so fucking abused, next to nobody sounds original anymore. Everyone's got the same drum sound, the boring one. Another thing that bugs me is the expense excuse. We can't afford to record live drums. Yeah, but you still want to charge people for your record. What you're really telling your potential customers is, you're not worth the effort, but buy this half-assed attempt at a record anyway. Now, I'm sure there'll be a number of guys who start bleating about a few popular prog metal acts out there and how their first records used fake drums. To which I say, yeah, but they'd still be better with the real thing, because that shit would be impressive. And recording drums is not easy. There's no quick fix here. I've had numerous people ask me, how do I record drums? I've tried it and they sound like shit. The simple truth is, it takes time to learn how to record live drums. It's like learning an instrument. The more effort you put in, the better results you're going to get. And that's what this series is for. I'm going to show you how to record drums the way I wished someone had taught me, in the simplest, easiest to understand terms I can put on camera. Which means it'll still be too complex for your bass player to understand. Sorry, maybe you guys can go make the world a better place by making toast while taking a bath. Anyway, someone asked me why I've never heard a snare sample that I liked, and the simplest explanation is this. You can simulate the velocity or hit strength on a snare to a point, but I haven't seen any samples be able to track a drummer's stick position. When the stick moves, the sound of the drum changes. Closer to the rim gives you more ring. Closer to dead center, less ring. Combine that with hit strength, and you've got billions of potentially different sounds. Even a sample with several hundred individual layers can't come close to the subtle intricacies of the real thing. And I've never seen a sample pull this off. Yeah, let's see Easy Drummer do that. Okay, so what you'll need. A drum set. The simpler, the better. I prefer to record 4 or 5 piece kits. That means less mics, less preamps, fewer things to go wrong. If your drummer has a massive kit, make sure to find out what parts he's actually playing, because drummers love to bring a giant kit into the studio, insist on you miking up the entire fucking thing, and they only play the extra bits once on an entire album. Ugh! I suggest miking up the extra bits individually and dropping those parts in after the main drum part has been tracked. Just save yourself a lot of fucking grief. You're also going to need a multi-channel interface and some preamps. You can find some pretty cheap 8-channel interfaces these days that have preamps right on board. If you don't have a huge budget, that's a great way to start. Next up, you'll need mics. I prefer small diaphragm condensers for the overheads. large diaphragm dynamics for the toms, an SM57 on the snare, and a dynamic mic on the kick, and ribbon mics for the room. You'll also need to make sure your drum heads don't look like the surface of the moon. If they have divots, it's a good idea to change them, you cheap motherfuckers. And if your heads are old, change them out too. Also, make sure your cymbals are in good shape. Ideally, they won't have any cracks. If they are cracked, don't throw them out. I've got a few cool tricks to show you guys for using old beat-up cymbals. It's also a good idea to keep a few moon gels handy and a drum tuner as well. Okay guys, that's the basics. As it stands, I'm planning on creating at least 5 or 6 parts to this series. We'll look at the different elements that make up a kit and how to mic them. We'll look at mixing, and we'll also put up samples against a real kit. I'll also be more than happy to add episodes based on your questions and feedback. So please, let's hear what's on your mind. See you next week.